Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more City Skylines Mass Transit in our new Ravenna mini-series. So I decided what I wanted to do this episode, regardless of whatever I mentioned at the end of the last one. You know, we were looking at the end of the last one at some of the larger service buildings that haven't been built yet, and I really need to focus on those. We have one cemetery. We'll probably need to build another one at some point. Maybe wait until we have crematoriums to expand those services, because we're doing okay on cemetery usage, but I'm talking more like hospitals and fire stations and police stations, or police headquarters in this case. And this is a fire station as opposed to a firehouse, yes. So we've got mediocre fire protection. And another thing we need to do is add to our disaster relief abilities. So we have the option to build these radio masts that are super tall and that can help broadcast the entire city. Now, these tall radio masts, oh my God, look at the size of that thing. That's how you warn a city right there. But we can build earthquake sensors. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and build one of those right now because, let's see. Oh, wow. That's actually like legit. Oh, that's really cool. All right, that's I just mean that it was a ridiculous thing to say. It just covers the entire city. It does a really good job of it. So why don't we put you like doesn't have evidently this thing doesn't have to be, you know, in a hell, let's put it smack dab like wait, no, let's not put it there because we might be doing some on-ramp stuff. So why not put it like there? And then does it have to be powered? Oh, it's already powered. Nice. All right, so yeah, stuff like that. That's what we're going to focus on this episode. We want to make sure also we build a university because we talked about that at the end of the last episode. So I guess I really am kind of going back to what I said at the end of the last episode. Another thing I would like to do soon-ish is go ahead and get some on-ramps built for our new highway here. We are cruising rapidly towards having a population of 12,000. That's going to be a really big deal for a number of reasons. I think what I'm most looking forward to is these policies. When we can switch these on, I'm just going to turn all of them on except for high-rise ban, and you'll just watch our income go through the roof. And you'll start to realize why I haven't messed much with taxes. But again, I know there's an argument for raising taxes anyway, but I'm going to stick to my guns for now. Someone in a comment earlier, as of the moment that I'm recording this, had asked me, well, why not take this particular road underneath this highway? And actually, you know, come to think of it, I responded to the comment, but now that I'm looking at the road, I think what they were talking about is why not just take the road underneath. This is actually too low to have a road going underneath it. I mean, I can show you really quickly just to demonstrate. If you do see, actually no. Holy crap. It's not too low. I stand corrected. So we could have actually just gone underneath. Could we though? Because of these lamps? I feel like the lamps might have been what was stopping us, or I might just be completely wrong. Someone had asked me why not just go underneath, and I was under the impression that that was a little bit too low to do that, but it looks like it might not be. Let's go ahead and refund these so that we don't lose money on that little test purchase there. But we could, yeah, when I responded to the comment, I was thinking more in terms of, you know, like going underneath, like literally underground, but you know, there's actually an argument to be made for, you know, just taking this road straight underneath. So we might play with that a little bit later. But again, we're going to focus on getting everything upgraded in terms of our better services. Now, our elementary school availability is actually crap. Oh, wow. Our capacity is only at 900. So I suppose we should build another elementary school here. That still is not great, but if we let it hang out there for a bit, I think our incoming citizens should be able to get over that hump, so to speak. Capacity, yeah, we're right at capacity. Like, we're butting up right against what we can do. Now, the university is 75,000, but believe me, we're going to have that money soon. We also need to pay back the, which loan did we take? We took global credit. We need to pay this back as soon as possible. That's another reason we want to save up money for a bit. So I'm letting the clock cruise by at the moment. What's going on here? Oh yeah, this thing's been full for a while. But we have an incineration plant now. Actually, that's a coal power plant, but wait a minute. Where's my incineration? Yeah, that's right. Incineration plant's over here. Right there. We could build a second one too if we wanted to. Let's go ahead and do that. How much are they again? 30,000? Oh, wow. That was actually more expensive than I thought. But all right, we'll let it stand. Because we do need to make sure that our garbage problem does not... All right, good. Garbage trucks are leaving the incineration center, heading out that way, some heading that direction. So generally going well. And we are getting close, ever so close to the 12,000 mark. Also, that's going to give us access to monorails for the first time, so we're finally going to start to see some mass transit stuff. I'm excited about that. Maybe not this episode, but the next one, almost definitely, I would say, because all of these can become monorail roads as soon as we pay back that loan. Anyway, looks like I have some additional residential demand, which is always good news. Is there an additional... No, there's nothing else for me to purchase right now. But I need to be thinking in terms of other areas that I want to maybe turn into residential zones. Like right now, those are all high density. What if I did high density like around here? Yeah, let's look into that. So if I did... Let's build you out to there. And then let's go ahead and do an intersection. We're going to have to do this the way we did before. It's kind of obnoxious because we're going to lose a little bit of money. But that's just this particular system, the way I've got it working, it just is what it requires. It's a little bit silly. It's really up to City Skylines to work a little bit better in terms of intersection building, because that's a total workaround and it costs money when it shouldn't. But it's okay. I'm not really bothered by it. So I will go ahead and do a double intersection there because I want to be able to... This is going to be a high density area, both commercial and residential starting here. So I want cars to be able to get in to a certain extent. Now let's go ahead and do the opposite here. Again, going with the theme of symmetry. I'm again, a little bit more symmetrical in this series so far than I typically am in City Skylines play. I say that, and when I do future series in the game, I'll probably be just as symmetrical, and you guys will be like, hey, you said it was just like that one city. And I'll be like, I'm sorry. I'm a liar. All right. Let's actually let money continue to flow in. We are very close to hitting the mark. And now I just need to zone some stuff because everything is set up power-wise. Zone, zone. Zone, zone. Perfect. You're set up too, right? So as soon as we have our university in place, we'll be able to have more office jobs. A number of offices have already popped up over here, which is quite nice. Our wind power plants are still going strong here. We are so close to this mark. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're within... almost within 100. There we go. Now we're going to get that in a second. And again, I'm going to switch those policies on, and I want you to watch that number as soon as I do. Watch whatever it starts at, and then see where it ends up. It's actually already climbing pretty rapidly as our new residents are... Oh, wow. All right, there's our small city mark. So it looks like we're going to be able to go ahead and pay back that loan immediately. Let's do that right now so that we don't have to worry about it. And that's going to take away most of our money, but just like I said, just watch that number. We also... looks like we have a little bit of a water issue, too, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. Actually, you know what? Since we have a bit of a water issue, let's have a quick look at how things are before I give up all that money, because we can pay it back in just a second. Easy. Trust me. All right, so there's that. And then sewage treatment is also kind of iffy. I can't build the water treatment plant yet. We need 18,000 citizens for that. So we're just going to put yet another yucky pipe. which is what I call these. I mean, that's what they are. They're yucky pipes. Look what they do to the water. We're going to put one more there, and that should solve that problem. Are all of these buildings watered, or is it just that we have a bit of a shortage? All right, there we go. All right, those buildings both kicked in. Now, it looks like we can still go ahead and pay that back, so let's pay it back. All right, now, what I want you to look at, this is going to cruise upward for a second because we're no longer paying back a loan, but this is probably going to settle right around 9,000, a little bit shy. Okay, now, citywide policies. Small business enthusiast, big business benefactor, industrial space planning, high-tech housing. What do these do, you might be wondering? This is low-density commercial buildings double their sales, and there's a little bit of extra upkeep, 2 cents per low-density commercial building. Big business benefactor, high-density buildings double their sales. Industrial space planning allows the industry to work even more effectively by overlooking a few work safety laws. Doubles the amount of goods produced by industry buildings for a little bit of upkeep. Again, this upkeep is in the cents. It's not dollars, it's cents. Turns homes into much cooler, smart homes to 2 raises the land value around them, to raise the land value around them. Slightly increase land value and 4 cents per residential building. Now, I'm going to unpause. Watch that number. Hang on, I'm going to pause it for a second because we have a bit of a power situation. What's the best way to solve this? I guess what I'll do is I'll just do that. There we go. Those are some new offices coming into place, which is nice. So now we're making in excess of 10,000 per week, which is going to make it really easy for me to focus this episode on some of the services we need. So healthcare availability, we're actually okay, even with our 1 clinic. We need a hospital over here. I think we are going to build a hospital, like maybe right. Well, hang on, maybe not next to houses, but maybe like in here. I'll build a hospital. Sounds like a good idea. I was about to say sounds like a bad idea. All right, our income's actually gone back down a little bit. Why is that? I mean, we still had a nice little income spike there, but something is sucking it up. Whoa, what's happening here? This is the first time this has happened. Usually when I switch all those policies on, income skyrockets, honestly a little bit higher than that. But now it's going back down, oddly enough. But it's okay, we're going to get some more services built. Did I just build a service that was more expensive? Is that what it is? No, that's not it. I don't know. All right, we're close to being able to build a university. I may as well go ahead and do that before anything else, because we need to go ahead and start educating our citizens in the ways of, I don't know, education. Yeah, these houses over here are pretty low land value, so let's do a little bit of investment in improving this area before I get to the university, because it just, ooh, we could do a big park over here, like a giant park. I like that idea. I haven't actually built one of those yet, but that should raise land value pretty substantially. I actually didn't do that much, so I'll have to do some more over here to really speed things up, but that's fine. Let's let the clock continue to tick. Oh, wow. Industrial demand has gone way up. So, let's take a second to figure out what else I need to do in this area. I actually need to do a little bit of... That's going to kill some buildings, unfortunately, but it's necessary. Same over here. Oh, can't do it there on account of the incineration plants. Can I move you, though? Yes, I can. Just go over there. I'll go ahead and build you there as well. Interesting that that ended up being such a longer length. Oh, it's just because of that intersection. Okay, fair enough. Well, in that case, why don't I just, again, in the name of symmetry, that's not quite long enough. There it is. Now, I do still want to have some industry while we have so many uneducated workers, so we're going to focus on that. And then I've got some money. Again, we need to get our university built, and then I think I might turn towards the monorails before I go towards any other services, because I want to see what, you know, this is a mass transit miniseries. We need to show what that stuff can do. We don't have any commercial zone demand right now, so this high density commercial is just not developing at the moment. But as more industry comes in, that might change. I'm hoping it does. As our citizens become more educated, we will transition towards building more office zones, but for now I think I'm content with just what we've got. These right here. Oh wait, what do we have here? Yeah, that's right. These power lines are actually not necessary anymore, so I can just remove those all together. Electricity-wise, we are getting close to needing more, but...
The Forest Service has stated that there is a risk of an imminent forest fire in the area. Residents are advised to avoid forested areas.
It's a forest fire.
Is raging in the area. Leave campsites and tree houses immediately.
Everybody run from the forest fire. I shouldn't find this so funny. I don't know why the game does this. It says it's a forest fire when it's clearly like the trees in a park. So it might catch some of the buildings on fire, which sucks. Yeah, it did actually catch some of the buildings on fire. So fire department, let's boost you up a little bit, shall we? Let's give the fire department a little more bang for their buck. And actually, it looks like there would be like a pretty perfect spot to build one. Are there any areas? No, there's not one zoned. So yeah, let's just go ahead and plop one down right near the fire. That's 60,000. So unfortunately, what that means is that we're going to have to. Okay, good. They're headed right out to take care of it. They've got it surrounded. Now we're going to have to wait for a minute to get our funds for our university again, unfortunately. That forest fire changed my priorities just slightly. Oh, I'm sorry. Air quotes. Forest fire. That's happened to me in offline play. I mean, non-YouTube play. And I laughed just as hard. I was like, really? That's not a forest fire. Give me a break. All right, what is happening to our income? This is sincerely the first time this has happened. I was much more optimistic, apparently, than I should have been about how much those policies would help us. Because right now our income is kind of crap. It's actually kind of tempting me to raise those taxes, like we've been discussing. Why don't we go to... people have been saying 11%, but why don't I do a healthy compromise? Let's just bump everything up to 10%. Since we're not getting as much money as we thought we would, especially the high-density 1% bump should help a lot. There we go. All right, so... Again, we can start doing... Not trams, but... yeah, these guys. No, not cable cars either. Stop. These guys. Monorails. That's what I want to build. But first, we need to build... Okay, that actually did help our income a good bit. But really, that's where our income should be with those other policies. This is the first time that those policies haven't had like a dramatic positive and like lasting effect. So maybe they did some tweaks there to make them less powerful. But I feel like I did that in an offline city after mass transit, after I got the review copy of mass transit. And I feel like it worked fine. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Again, going back to what I was saying several episodes back about how every new city you build, you run into a different kind of cocktail of challenges, and it presents you with a different combination of circumstances that leads you to a different set of problems that maybe you haven't confronted before. All right, so we are very close to having our university. Let's go ahead and start thinking about where to build this. Our hospital is going to be there. Our university should probably be over here. Actually, can we build it there? Ooh, that would be a really good spot. We don't quite have the room for it, but I'll tell you what would give us the room for it. We just took out that road. Alright, now that should raise a little bit of land value in the area, but I suppose not. But that's going to start driving citizens towards the higher education level, which will start creating demand for more office-type jobs. Ooh, what have we here? Do we have an electricity problem? Looks like we're getting some brownouts to a certain extent. We shouldn't be, though. We're producing all the power we need. I'm not quite sure what's causing the brownouts. Tell you what, let's just do one more of these fellas. Need to put one where there's a lot of wind, though. Need water. Crap. I wish I could build it there. God, I want to build it in like the dark blue, but we don't have that. Do we have access to that yet? No, we don't. Damn it! I mean, we can build it there. It would push us over the edge. At least get 18. Yeah, if I build it there. It doesn't look as nice, though. Let's do that. Now, will that fix our brownout situation? No, it won't. What's happening? I have more than enough power. Okay, there we go. Finally kicked in. Now, we can also build a dam, but that can... that can cause flooding. I built a dam in a recent, in an offline city. Like, imagine building a dam like right here. This highway would probably flood because this river would back up. It's fantastic. All right, next thing is we also probably need a police headquarters. And it looks like we are at our jail capacity as well. So we're going to need... Our crime rate's okay, so maybe we need to prioritize doing a prison first. Holy crap, they're expensive. We've got the money for it. Alright, elementary school availability is still shoddy. So why don't I come over here and do one right there. Followed by high school right next to it. Looks like those buildings are not watered. That's not an issue at all. Good, we've got some residential demand coming back. More people wanting to move in. Let's see, where can we build some more high-density residential? Could probably do a little bit more in this area. Why not go ahead and expand a little bit? Ew. Don't like it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll let that stand. It's kind of ugly, but I'll let that stand. Because I think I can also extend one to there. Yes, I can. Can I? Yes, I can. Oh, it's perfect. Alright, so that'll give us room for zoning. Let's have it go all the way over. Why the heck not? Same thing here. We've got the money for it. Might as well go ahead and build the roads out and start zoning. Now, we still don't have demand for more commercial zones, so this hasn't started developing yet. So I'm not going to do anything with the area that I'm building out now, but... Can I potentially do a joining road? Yes, I can. Very nice. Alright, and then... That's a little bit of intersection gore, but I think I'll survive. Need to find a better way to do this. No. There. That's better. Eventually we'll have some buildings there. Maybe that's a location where I need to have... Yeah, I do need to have an additional fire department, don't I? Let's let some time pass. We'll get to 12,000 pretty quickly, and we can build a fire station. That'll help connect that area. It's just a station, so it's not going to be really that big of a drain on our income. Okay, let's go ahead and zone those areas. So I don't need to zone that. I want to continue to use this for like maybe land value production, but all that can be zoned residential. And it looks like we have an additional opportunity here as well. Why don't I divide these up this way? Just so that we can have maximum, you know, kind of space efficiency. If that's a thing. Okay, that's not going to work. So we'll use that for like land value generation. And we'll continue to have high density residential there right next to the office zones. That's not a problem. The only thing I need to do now is ensure that they are watered. We've got some abandoned buildings. Let's go ahead and take care of those. 2. Those are some of the buildings where I had the brownouts, and I did my best to solve those. Don't know why that problem was just continuing into perpetuity there, but it was. Okay, next up, before we end this episode, let's go ahead and think about a monorail system, right? So monorail stations cost 15,000, need to be connected to other stations with monorail tracks. So I guess one of the first things I should do, we can do monorail tracks. Oh, nice. We can build them on... Oh, holy crap. Can I build monorail tracks? No, I can't. All right, I can't. It was making it look like I could build them in the middle of this road, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay, so it does want me to build the actual roads with monorail tracks. That's fine. So there is oh wow, there is a 2-lane road with monorail track. Oh, that's amazing! We're gonna have monorails going everywhere. We're gonna start simple though. We're gonna start simple. That's a fact. So let's go ahead and that makes me angry. That should not happen. The fact that it does is just maddening. That's several like houses that have been there for a while destroyed. Actually, no, just kidding. They haven't been there for a while because that area just recently had the same issue happen to it. So I'm just not going to be able to do the drag upgrade. I'm going to have to do one click at a time. The trees are going away, of course, which is sad. Yeah, I'm going to do just one click at a time because the dragging, the game is not doing too well with it. Alright, so this monorail gives people a way to get to and from the first monorail is going to be basically to the work area of the city. Now, we haven't done much here. We can't do much, actually, to unless we change the direction of the road slightly, or unless we emptied all three of these out. We can't expand this road any further. So that might need to be a project in the coming episodes. Tell you what, let's go ahead and let's let some money trickle in. We're going to start that project right now. How much do landfills cost? 4,000. Right now we have 3 there. Let's go ahead and tell you what. Let's put them out of the way a little bit. Let's have landfills up here on this ridge. And we've got plenty of money for them, so let's do 5. Alright, so there's 5 landfills. Actually, I kind of hate that. Let's not have one. Okay. Not enough money. We'll give it a second. Okay, so now we have 5. Now what we're going to do is order all 3 of these to empty their contents so that we can move them in the coming episodes. And then we'll be able to extend this monorail all the way down. Now the next step is to actually build... Unfortunately, all the lights are still crappy yellow, which is sad. That does make me sad. But we now have the option of building monorail stations. And I don't quite know how that's going to look, but we're going to see what happens. Okay, so it seems like... Okay, this is going to be really cool. Oh, man. I can't wait. All right, so the first monorail station, let's have it be right there by the offices. And then, do they just need to connect like so? Ew, that's not pretty. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and make that connection. It's not... Actually, no, I'm not going to yet. We'll do more with it when it's time. Alright, let's let more build up here. The monorail station might start doing something. I doubt it, though. There's not another monorail station for it to be connected to yet. So, hold on. We're going to have another one all the way down at the opposite end of the city, and then potentially build... And we're going to have one right here. Yep, perfect. Well, actually, could I build one? Yeah, this would probably be best. I just built one along the waterfront. So sorry to take away your waterfront view there, guys, but you're going to appreciate this in the long run, I assure you. All right, we want a curve here. Whoa, why would that not work? Shocking. What? Why? Is it because... There we go. There we go. All right. They're connected. So now... Our monorail's going to start moving? What's going to happen? I'm like genuinely excited now. Are people going to start getting on the monorails? Do I have to set anything up? Do I have to do routes like with buses? Monorail line. Alright, so these are stations. What is the difference between stations and stops? Okay, so I guess you can only build them... Yeah, there we go. Glorious. So we're going to need to have additional stations along the way, like maybe go ahead and put one in the middle of this area here, or maybe in the middle of the high density area. Maybe move this park, perhaps. Because right now... Hang on, is it working? Are people going to use the monorail yet? No, it doesn't show as a completed line, oddly enough. So do I have to go back? Is that what it is? Add stop. No. I don't remember what the button is to get rid of these. I feel like I'm just clicking redundantly. Alright, that's the sound of land value increasing. So, monorail should be working, but something is still borked. I'm guessing because it's not an actual circuit, it's not working just yet. So we might need to actually have monorails going all the way around. But we're also at the 32-minute mark for this video. So I'm going to keep working on this in the next episode, but we are off to a great start with our monorail system in New Ravenna. As you can see, we've got our first station there in one of the old residential areas. And we can have it going around past the commercial block alongside what will eventually be the canal, which we're going to build out this direction. The canal might actually kind of come this way. It'd be cool to have it swivel a little bit rather than be a straight line. And I think the monorail might have to loop like so in order to really be effective. But I don't have a problem with that. And then we can also work on getting these roads, this high highway, connected to the greater transit system. Originally, this was going to be a full cloverleaf, but the way I've developed it now is we actually have some residential zones in that area. And that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. We just need to make sure that this might actually need to get converted to a full cloverleaf at some point instead. So we'll continue playing with that in the future as well. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes in New Ravenna are coming out every day at 9, or every other day rather, at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And remember, this is going to 15 episodes instead of 10 now, just because I'm having so much fun, and apparently you guys are too. So again, thanks for watching. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.